Welcome back to Gatekeepers Exotics. I'm Matt, and if you're new to the channel and don't know who we are or what we're about, I'll explain that. For those of you that have watched some of our videos, you know what we're all about. So basically, I was a reptile owner, and my dad was a reptile owner. And we have a big passion for reptiles and other animals, just animals in general, but reptiles are one of our bigger passions. So we decided to come together and start a breeding facility, and start doing videos about our journey, learning about different reptiles, different ball pythons primarily. So we do have some other snakes. We have king snakes. We have red-tail boas. Then we also have a bearded dragon. But right now we are breeding our ball pythons. So we have several ball pythons, and I am going to show you what we're trying to do with the ball pythons. I'm going to show you what what the different morphs are, what the different looks could be, and uh, just kind of give you an idea of what they are. I know the different genes can be very, very confusing, and we have learned a lot about it, but we still have a long, long way to go. So, Gatekeepers Exotics, the name Gatekeepers comes from mine and my dad's name. My dad's name is Porter. My name is Matthew Porter. And the name Porter means gatekeeper. So that's where Gatekeepers Exotics comes from. So, I figured the best way to do this is to show you what we have and what genes are in the snakes that we have, and then show you what their offspring could look like. So first of all, we're going to start off with Andrea Conda. That is one of our that's one of our stars. So we are breeding her to John. Andrea Conda is chocolate pastel pinstripe. John is a pastel clown. So if we breed them together, we come up with 12 possible outcomes. So let's take a look. So we have a Killer Blast chocolate het clown. We have a chocolate blast het clown, a super pastel chocolate het clown. Now, the Killer Blast chocolate het clown would be a really cool snake to get, because if you search for that particular snake on Morph Market, there are none. I've looked and looked and looked to try to find one to show you all, but there are none on Morph Market. So that would be the only one there. So if we come over here to this side of the page and we take a look, I've saved a couple of animals on here, and I'll show you what we could come up with here. Let's see here. So we could come up with a super pastel pinstripe known as a Killer Blast het clown. So a super pastel pinstripe, and this doesn't mean that they will definitely look like this, but this is a possibility. Now that is a beautiful snake. That is absolutely gorgeous. That snake is one possibility that we could come up with by breeding these two together. John, which is the pastel clown, and Andrea. So let's see what else we might come up with. Okay, so here's a super pastel chocolate het clown. So that would be this one right here. We have a 6% chance of getting that snake. And there is a super pastel chocolate het clown. That's the exact snake that it says we could actually get from breeding these two together, which is absolutely gorgeous. So what it does is the pastel gene defines the pattern on the snake, and the chocolate gene changes the coloring on the snake. So a super pastel really changes the markings quite a bit on the snake. If you notice on this one, so instead of having the alien heads so much, it's more of a teardrop type shape. So that one right there is a very real possibility. I would absolutely love to get a hold of that one. All right. I hope you have enjoyed this video. Leave a comment, especially leave a comment for some ideas for names for our yellow belly female and our cinnamon male. We need names for them. Again, like, follow, leave a comment, subscribe on YouTube, and hopefully you've enjoyed this video. There will be many, many more to come, and we'll see you on the next one. Thank you.